So we got the Bidens have finally decided to go to Maui. And I guess they didn't cut their vacation short. We wouldn't want them to do that. I mean, he probably just forgot anyway. Heard about a fire and went, something's burning. Something smells like it's burning. So anyway, so they went. They went to see what's happening there. Thanks for finally being presidential and doing something. This is from Maui now, so this is like a local sort of, I guess, this is a local media outlet type thing for Maui, so you get a little bit more information from this. This is talk. It goes into all the different stuff. I'm not going to read all the stuff. It goes into like evacuation procedures and all that kind of stuff. Like they talk about it all. Um, that's pertinent to local people, obviously dealing with this. But I'm going to read this article, the part that actually means something to us, the Biden visit. So Maui wildfire disaster updates for August 21st, the President Biden visit. So, recovery efforts continue in Maui where wildfires decimated the historic Lahaina town in West Maui, leaving a path of destruction spanning an estimated 3.5 square miles. Multiple fires on the island were sparked on August 8th and were fueled by strong winds and dry air as a hurricane passed well south of the islands. Yeah, so I guess there was a hurricane a couple hundred miles down, and it was bringing all this wind, which was helping the fire spread. It's always something bullshit like that. Unfortunately, when something bad happens, it's like, oh, here we go. Here's a little push from Mother Nature or something to help it along. But yeah, anyways. So today, 3 of those fires remain active with crews monitoring for flare-ups and hotspots. The death toll from the Lahaina fire remains at 114, with the identity of 11 victims publicly released by police since the investigation began. The wildfire is described as the nation's deadliest in 100 years. I think it's something like other reports were saying something like a total of I don't know, 800 people or something might be dead or something. I don't know. I don't know if this is more of a local thing here, but excuse me. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will visit Maui today to observe the impact of the Maui fires and join the state in mourning the devastating loss of life and land that has occurred across the island, as well as to discuss next steps in the recovery efforts. While on the ground, the President, First Lady, and Governor Josh Green will meet with first responders, survivors, and federal, state, and local officials. The Lahaina Gateway Distribution Center for Food, water and supplies, and the Waihuku uh, donation center at the Queen. Oh God, I can't read this stuff. Hawaiian word. Shopping center resume operations today after Sunday closure for staff. See, this is where it kind of gets into like local stuff. Anyways, so it says at the time of this announcement, there are 114 confirmed fatalities, with 85% of the disaster area searched. Maui police have identified 11 individuals publicly following notification of next of kin, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, so then they go into listing who they are. That's sad. I hate when they do that. I mean, obviously they have to, but it's just sad to actually read names and you're like, oh, there's some names to people. So the Olinda fire, now 85% contained, 1,081 acres burned. The Maui Fire Department is assisting the State Division of Forestry and Wildlife with its joint firefighting effort. The Kula fire, now 85% contained, 202 acres burned. And the Lahaina fire, now 90% contained and 2,170 acres burned. Whew, wow, that's a crazy amount. It's just a crazy amount of uh, just I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. There was one time where I was driving up through northern Ontario and I saw there was a section of where there were forest fires at one point, and you could just see like all the burned trees. Like just for it was literally for we deal in kilometers up here, but for my states people watching, literally for miles, probably 10 solid miles driving, you could just see that was burned out, all trees burned out. So I could imagine what this would look like. This would just look like Armageddon. So my heart goes out to these people. Apparently, so they haven't. There hasn't been any. Um, they don't know exactly what started these fires or anything at this point. There's speculation, but apparently they're looking into a theory of that it might have been some downed power lines, and it might actually there might be some culpability on like the Hawaiian power. I forget what's the name here. I think I wrote it down here. Um, Yeah, the Hawaiian Electric, as far as maybe some culpability on their end for starting the fires. I don't know. We'll see. But maybe space lasers. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. We got some Northwest Territory fires up here in Canada. I think it's space lasers. I think somebody with one of those little laser things, maybe pointed at a tree or something. I don't know. I shouldn't joke with this. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. Uh, what's Joe? What are you saying here? It was Chinese space lasers that started the Maui fire. See? Well, you're bad too. Okay, stop making jokes. This is not funny. Fires are not funny unless you're making fun and it's funny, but it's not. No, legit. I'm not laughing at the people that are dealing with this shit. That sucks. I'm just making stupid jokes here in a place where I'm not dealing with all the heat. So sorry.